Magandang hapon mga kaliga, panibago na namang linggo sa ating pagpapatuloy ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. And today we are coming to you live from the Caloocan Sports Complex for the third time in the season. And we begin things with Val Fornilos, who scored 20 points and grabbed 7 rebounds in their previous game versus Laguna. He actually is teaming up once more with J.R. Chavez, who is slowly but surely getting back to his groove once again dito sa ating liga. And today they match up against J.J. Pido, who was the best player in the previous game with 12 points, as he teams up with Troy Malilin, who had 14.7 rebounds and 6 assists in the previous game against the Negros Pau Muscovados. It is Rizal versus Marikina, followed by Zamboanga versus Muntinlupa. And then in our main event, the Caloocan Batang Kankalo will be defending their home court against our defending champions, the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Thank you so much for joining us, folks. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Juanito Gregorio. And Juanito, I'm going to ask you a question that's pretty basic, but obviously it's basically the theme for today. No? We have two teams who are neighbors dito sa ating liga, no, in Marikina versus Rizal. And their story does not only stretch here in our league, but also in their other leagues back in their hometown.
Well, it's gonna be a really good matchup between these two. Pag tinignan mo yung standings, pati doon magkapit-bahay sila. They're number 8 and number 9 in the standings. So I'm sure that this is gonna be a great matchup between these two teams.
And why don't we find out the motivation, no? The extra motivation for these two teams from our courtside reporter, that is Mika Abisamis. Mika, kamusta nga ba ang ating dalawang koponan?
You know, every game is important to the squads, but this is extra important for the Rizal Golden Coolers as this could be their ticket to that playoff dream. Now, napag-usapan mo yung extra special na yan. Tama ka dyan, Migs. Kasi marami talagang magkakakilala dito sa Rizal tsaka sa Marikina. May naging teammates, may naging busmates, may naging roommates. So, is this actually good or bad? Tignan natin maya-maya labang. Migs, Juanito.
Actually, kanina nakita na natin sina Troy Malilin and Val Fornilos. Magkasama na yan. Lasal Green Hills pa lang, papuntang Ateneo at ngayon sa MPBL na. And now we do thank you for joining us, folks, on MPTV Channel 98 on Signal TV, also on our live streams on Facebook and on YouTube. Now, Juanito will be breaking down our team standings because we are now in the last quarter of our regular season. Juanito, what's happening?
Well, we see here the number 1, number 2, and number 3 are still far up top. Pampanga, Nueva Ecija, and San Juan. But slowly but surely, Caloocan, Makati, and Pasig are slightly safe in that northern division. But if we're looking at the matchup today, Marikina and Rizal are only 2 games apart from each other. Rizal is on a 2-game win streak while Marikina is on a 3-game win streak. So both teams are going in with a heavy game at mabigat ang bawat panalo at bawat laro para sa mga team na ito.
This is practically the battle for the 8th seed in the North Division. Sa South naman.
Well, sa South, kitang-kita natin malapit pa rin ang mga team sa isa't isa with Bacoor losing a few games, 2 straight losses para sa Bacoor. They are still number 1. But Batangas is 1 game behind itong Bacoor City. Quezon with a 4-game win streak is now number 3. But we have to look at the number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10, and number 11, which are only 1 to 2 games apart from each other. So entering the playoff, it is really going to be an exciting one para dito sa Southern Division.
Wow, that's really going to be tough as we approach our MPBL playoffs. But now let's talk about the previous game of the Marikina Shoe Masters. This team has been up and down in the season. They've had their fair share of tough losses against the biggest team in the MPBL. But in their previous matchup, they were able to handle Laguna.
Well, in their last game, it was about 2 players in that last game, Ivan Fornilos and Gerald Anderson. That third quarter run by these two were huge for them to be able to get that comfortable lead in the fourth quarter, and eventually they were able to take care of that lead and eventually go home with that victory.
That's basically the career game for Val Fornilos so far in his young MPBL career with 20 points and 7 rebounds. Now, we will be missing Gerald Anderson from this point on forward, no, para sa Marikina Shoe Masters, but you did mention what a great ending that was, at least for this season for Gerald.
Well, at least it was a victory bago siya makaalis. It was beautiful team basketball para dito sa Shoe Masters. 31 assists and 56 points in the paint. And coming off the bench, Gerald and Fornilos really led that pack with 72 bench points.
Almost tripling the output of Laguna in bench scoring. Kabila naman tayo para sa Rizal Golden Coolers. Fresh off defending their home court inside the Inares Center sa bundok ng Antipolo, and that was a big win against Negros.
Well, that was a win that they really needed for them to be able to inch closer to that playoff picture. In that game, they were able to really play beautiful basketball, protecting that basketball. Only 12 turnovers para dito sa Rizal and forcing 19 on the other end. But it was their running game and their inside scoring that proved the difference in their last game. Of course, Troy Malilin really led that pack inside, and they were able to get that win. The field goal scoring 4% higher than itong Negros. But again, going back, it was the turnover story that they were able to take care of that basketball, eventually getting some runs and getting a lot of paints inside the paint.
That was actually a pretty close game between Rizal and Negros. Nag-pull away lang sa fourth quarter itong Rizal Golden Coolers, of course, with the leadership of JJ Pido and Troy Malilin. And so, it is the battle between two neighboring teams, Marikina versus Rizal, as now we turn you over to Miguel Perey.
Good afternoon to everybody, and let's start the week with an action-packed triple-header here at the Caloocan Sports Complex. First matchup features Marikina going up against Rizal. This is the 2023 OK Bet Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 5, presented by Extreme. Live on the official MPBL FB page, YouTube channel, and on MPTV Signal Channel 98. Let's meet the starters. First, for Marikina, Shoe Masters. Starting at center, number 20, Mark Atabay. At point guard, number 6, Eloy Ten. Also at guard, number 3, Joe Gomez Eliano. At power forward, number 77, Azar Ujan. And the other forward, number 12, Marwin Junicio. Head coach for Marikina Shoe Masters is Marikina Councilor Elvis Tolentino. Assistant coaches Rizal Castro, Junda Jose, John Paul Basilan, Jace Lim, and Monroe Quezon. Team manager is Doc Rianji Pio Quinto. Team governor Leo Correa. Now the starting five for Rizal Centro Mall Golden Coolers. Power forward number 16, Patrick Aquino. Also at forward number 8, Brian Mecca. At one guard number 7, JJ Pido. The other guard number 0, Michael Are. And starting at center number 14, Troy Malilin. Head coach for Rizal Central Mall Golden Coolers is Jonathan Banal. Assistant coaches Don Uro, Nexer Rosales, James Ongpin, Waylon Nibaten, and Dan Vasquez. Assistant team manager Boyet Ocampo. Team manager Carlo Paracan. Team owners are Alex and Zandre Cruz, Jaime Lim, and Joel Conde.
Give you the starters for Marikina and Rizal. It's Eloy Tan, Joe GDL, Mark Atabay, Marvin Janicio, and Adzar Ujan for the Shoe Masters. And we have JJ Pido, Michael Are, Troy Malilin, Brian Mecca, and Art Patrick Aquino for the Golden Coolers. We do thank you for joining us, folks. This is Migs Gomez at your service alongside Juanito Gregorio and Mika Abisamis as we come to you live from the Caloocan Sports Complex. Before anything, we would like to wish everybody good health at mag-ingat po tayong lahat, no, dahil merong ang paparating na bagyo.
Yes.
Stay safe, everybody, but we still hope that you would be able to enjoy your MPBL action. First shot in this game belongs to Marikina. That was by Ujan. He missed it. And so Rizal now will have possession. It's a bit of a revenge game here, Manito, because in the off-season tournament wherein they faced Marikina, natalo sila sa finals.
Well, this is going to be a beautiful revenge game, and no better way than for you to have that 2-game win streak against itong Marikina. But on the other end, they also are on a win streak. So both teams are peaking at the right time, pero merong streak na matatapos today.
And again, this is virtually the battle for the number 8 seed in the North Division. Marikina currently holding on to it as Aquino misses now. And here comes Marvin Janicio, the former Rizal Golden Cooler. Feed to Atabay who misses. Troy Malilin, the reigning all-star for Rizal, is fouled.
Very interesting starting five by Rizal. They're putting Troy Malilin at the number 5 position. And dito naman sa Marikina, they're actually going for a taller lineup, putting Atabay and Ujan together. So it's going to be a battle of speed and height here in the first quarter.
Well, this formula for Rizal has worked in the past couple of games with Malilin at the 5, especially with the emergence of Michael Are and JJ Pido. Mas bumibilis talaga, no, Juanito, yung laro nila.
Well, they have been able to finally find a good role para dito kay Malilin. They usually put him at the 3, at the 4, but now that they're finding a new image in the running game nitong si Coach Tantan Banal, they are putting Malilin more at the 5, and eventually if they put in the guys like Gob, he can slide back to the 4.
Gomez De Leano misses, and here comes the running game of Rizal. JJ Artaquino almost traveled. Miss inside, and now Rizal will slow down. Michael Are, screen by Malilin. Are against Eloy Tan. They go to Brian Meca. 8 on the shot clock. Leaner, in and out. Recovery for Marikina. Forward pass. And there's a foul, a charge on the Shoemasters.
Early on in this basketball game, both teams are not able to execute dito sa ating laro. Both teams are struggling in finding their shots early.
Is it because of the defense that we're seeing so far?
Well, so far it might be. The defense of both teams are very active. No, both with their hands and their feet. And you see both teams are really moving. That's why hirap makascore ang parehas na kapunan dito to start the ball game.
JJ Pido back at it against Marvin Jonicio. Tough three-pointer. Short rebound. That was tapped away by Michael Are.
Almost 2 minutes into the ball game, only one team has been able to score, and that has been from the free throw. I like this new image by Rizal. No? They have been a young team going in, so they cannot really play slow. And then when finally nahanap na nito ni Coach Tantan Manal yung magandang mix ng kanyang team, now he's finally able to put in a system that really benefits everybody.
First 2 points now scored from the field by Joe GDL. It's 2-all. Michael Are, that's a charge.
Obvious charge galing dito kay Patrick Aquino, extending that body.
May gigil ka bang nararamdaman?
Yep, Samay.
From the two
Oh
teams?
yeah, both teams. You know, they know. Actually, even kanina nagkikwentuhan tayo, they all know how important this game is, entering that playoff picture. And parang may semi-rivalry dahil nga magkakilala, magkaano. And I'm sure Mika has something to say about that. But, you know, it's more than just a game. You know, that's a good pass coming from Eloy Tan. But there's something more than just going out today with a win. Everybody really wants to get that victory going home today.
Na-mention nga ni Mika, merong mga dati magkakampi, dati magkakalaban, dati magkakaibigan pa as Brian Meca scores inside. The offense is now picking up.
Slowly but surely, the guys are being comfortable with their offenses. But this is going to be the advantage of Marikina. That inside, because they are taller to start the ball game, they have to be able to find their guys from the paint.
4-all, Troy Malilin attacking against Ujan. Kick out, Pido from the corner. That's a 3.
Now, on the other end, Rizal is trying to use that space for them to be able to get either Malilin an attack or the shooters an open shot from the outside.
Malilin is basically a mismatch, right? At the 5.
Kahit sinong ilagay mo dyan, either Ujan or Atabay, he will have that foot speed advantage.
Foul. That's on Troy. Joe GDL pointing where he was hit.
This is one guy that we have to be able to look at, especially with the loss of Gerald Anderson. Joe GDL has to step up for Marikina.
Now we present to you this exceptional pass of the game brought to you by Boracay de la Ia, the official hotel and resort of the MPBL Eloy Tan, with a good find inside. Conversion on the first free throw for Joe Gomez De Leano.
Going back to Joe, this guy is coming off an ACL injury, and you know, we're so happy to see, as we see Alyssa, that's Joe's girlfriend.
Yeah. She's always supported,
Oh,
no?
yes.
Actually, si Tito Bert nga usually yung kasama niya sa gilid eh. That's the father of the Gomez De Leano brothers.
Of course, want to give a shout out to Tito Bert and the rest of the family. Juan, Javi,
Jordi,
Jaime, Mara, and si Tita Ana. So I hope you guys are enjoying. My 4 points si Joe. Make that 6. Make that 6 points for Joe.
Tough sequence inside. Just a tip for Joe GDL. 8-7 now. Brian Mecca. Foul on the baseline.
It's gonna be hard to attack. Azar Ojan is one of the better inside defenders para dito sa Marikina, but he's lucky to be able to get a foul.
And Ojan is very lengthy, no? Yung wingspan niya
yes.
parang ang haba.
There's a guy I played with in my college days in Quezon City. And this guy was a former player of New Era University. This guy could shoot. This guy was lengthy. This guy could really block the ball. And maraming kaya gawin sa Jaro dyan.
At marami rin kayang gawin ang courtside reporter
Yes.
natin. Si Mika Besame has the report for us. Mika, go ahead.
I talked to Coach Elvis Tolentino about the recent success of Marikina, and he said, well, most of the teams here may have big names in their lineup, but we are all still playing in the same league. At lahat nag-try out, nakita ang skills. So patas lang. My point here is this way of Coach Elvis in motivating his boys is really the heart and soul of his system, as we always mention. Now, regarding some players leaving, he said, in the absence of a good player is an opportunity for a next guy. Now, in terms of maintaining the 8th spot, their next games are Mindoro, Bicol, Bulacan, and Bataan. And based on facts and their performance, they have a shot. Migs Manito.
Yeah, all of those teams have losing records here in the MPBL. So things are looking bright for Marvin Jonicio and company. Not just on that shot by Marvin.
Marvin,
yeah.
Marvin has been struggling in terms of scoring from their last game. But I'm sure, knowing this guy, babawi at babawi talaga si Marvin Jonicio.
He still had a good amount of rebounds, though. Marvin Jonicio
Yes.
with 13 and 5 assists. After only scoring 5 versus Laguna. 2 out of 14 shooting for Marvin. Yeah, that's not usual for him.
That is why we gave the best player of the game honors dito kay Fornilos, and also helped by Gerald Anderson. That was a huge game. To be able to finally show out his talent, itong si Val Fornilos.
Ooh! Pass to the bouncer para kay JJP, though.
Well,
That means it was a turnover.
The bouncer was wide open though. But he's not playing. And
Ready na nga tumira eh.
Up and down ball game. Both teams, ramdam mo yung energy ng parehas na komponent early on. Pero yun nga, may panggigigil sa parehas na team. That's why they're not able to execute yet to the best of their ability.
9-8, Joe GDL. He's been the hottest guy so far. RV Berjay. Chavez to Jonicio. 3-pointer. In and out. Rebound Michael Are. Forward pass. Art Aquino. Ooh, he's blocked by Jonicio.
The one thing you love about Jonicio is that he will not be able to score all the time. But his effort on the rebounding and the defensive end will never change. No matter how he's struggling on offense, ganun pa rin yung gagawin niya sa defense, as we see here, the effort coming back after that miss.
Well, before his emergence as an offensive gunner for Marikina, he was known primarily for his defense. And we gotta give credit to Coach Louis Gonzalez for that.
Actually, lahat ng bata ni Coach Louis dito sa MPBL gumagawa. So, a very scary sight for all the other teams.
A good feed inside by Brian Mecca onto Art Patrick Aquino.
Rare inside basket para dito sa Rizal, but that's gonna be a good drop pass.
11-8 now. Marvin, mid-range. Great confidence now for Marvin on his shot.
Oh, that staggered screen is a staple in the offense of Coach Elvis. Every time you will see that double screen trying to get his shooters open. At pag sumobra ka sa pag-help, mabubuksan at mabubuksan yung ilalim.
11-10 now. JJ Pido losing Joe GDL, and he lays that ball in.
That's gonna be Joe's fault. Sumobra sa sundot. We always say that ayaw mong sumundot kasi eventually may iwan, and that is exactly what happened to Joe GDL.
13-10, RV Berjay scores. Now we're trading baskets.
Both teams now getting a good sight of that ring.
Actually, kakapalit lang yung net
Yes.
natin eh.
Kanina
iba pa yun ng warm-up.
Medyo mabagal yung warm-up nila kasi nag-shooting lahat ng team, sabay pinalitan parehas sa net. But now, mukhang napaganda yung pagpalit ng net kasi parehas sa team, nag-iinit na.
It is a good-looking net. As Malilin just scored for Rizal. 15-12 now. Gomez Deliano defended by Pido. A lot of action inside. RV. Mid-range, yes.
RV is not the most physical big man, but this guy knows his way around the basket. He has that soft floater. He has a good mid-range bucket. He can even stretch out to the 3. So you really love to have a guy like RV Burjay.
Rebound there for RV. Marikina with a chance to get the lead. Chavez, feed, Fornilos on the finish.
Oh, that is going to be his strength. You know, he's always ready to receive that basketball. And when he gets that rhythm inside, mahirap tapatan itong si Val Fornilos. And he gets his first bucket here today.
He did have 20 points with 7 rebounds in the previous game. Itong si Val Fornilos. As Jason Straight now checks in for Marikina. There's the feed by JR Chavez, who had 6 times in the previous outing. And then the mid-range shot, as you mentioned, meron yan si RV Burjay. Jason Straight now playing off guard para sa Marikina. It's him and Chavez at the 1 and 2. Screen by Fornilos. Straight. Pass was too high for JR.
Wala pang warm-up itong si Straight, so not really comfortable yet. But you know, this is a guy that needs to step up with the loss of Gerald. Gerald really brought that veteran presence, that veteran leadership, that veteran stability dito sa Marikina. And this is a very young team. But I actually asked them in their last game na ano talaga yung napoprovide ni Gerald? Talaga daw yung stability and yung leadership with the experience he's had here in the MPBL. So now they're gonna be younger with the loss of Gerald. So let's see who will step up as their leader.
Tough three-pointer for JJP though. And in terms of leadership, let's see if JR Chavez can be that guy for them. Good feed to RV Burjay, who got fouled.
RV Burjay already with 4 points here in the game. Not the usual guys doing the scoring load para dito sa Marikina. Joe with 6, now RV with 4, possibly 6 as well.
Edgar Charcos, Ray De La Rosa now check in to join Alvin Capobres, Joseph Marquez, and Jonas Tibayan. That's the second unit for Coach Tantan Banal. And we have a warning on JJP though for faking a foul.
They've been more strict with that the past few games. There's been more warnings. There's even been a few technicals about that faking a foul.
Free throw shooting natin. No one has missed yet. 3 out of 3 for Marikina. Leo Timajo is about to check in. Free throw converted by RV.
6 points para kay RV Burjay early on here in the first quarter.
83 seconds remaining in the opening frame, and there was a foul at the backcourt.
Obvious foul got dito kay Val. He was pulling the player. So that is a call that needs to be made. They're 1 foul away from the penalty.
Joseph Marquez going to Jonas Tibayan, attacking the defense of RV. Was that off of Jonas? No, it was off of Burjay.
Jonas really trying to play physical dito kay RV. But RV is very smart. This guy can really read what can happen throughout that next plays. And again, he may not be the most physical guy, but his IQ on the basketball court is enough for him to get a lot of minutes.
Now, to your point, we can see that there's a wrap. No, may balot yung kanang tuhod ni RV Burjay. You think he's not physical because of that injury?
No, I've seen him play even in college in Ateneo.
Ganyan na talaga
He
yan.
was not really the guy who wants to play physical inside, but he always had that floater. He always had that jump shot. He's always had that pass. Hindi lang natin masyado nakikita kasi hindi talaga masyadong ball handlers ang bigs dito kay Coach Elvis. But even him handling that basketball, he can give that pass away. So this guy is a very high IQ guy na madaling kasama dahil very talented. Oh, that's a good move.
Madali din kasama yan si JR Chavez. Scoring on that beautiful reverse. Edgar Charcos up and under, no basket. At bola ulit ng Marikina.
2 force galing dito kay Edgar Charcos. He wanted to run right away and he felt that he had a size advantage. But size advantage, there is, you know, sometimes being small is a size advantage, especially on the lower end. At kita naman natin sa galaw na yun ni JR Chavez.
20 to 15. Fake by Timaho. There's the leaner off the glass.
Wow, that is calm. That is composed. That is a hard move galing kay Deo Timaho. But he makes it look easy with that floater.
There's a foul here, which will mean free throws for Rai De La Rosa. Oh, Coach Elvis will not be happy about that for sure.
Those are just times that they're just too aggressive. But we see here first that tough move galing dito kay Deo Timaho. But that's already 2 fouls of the same kind para dito sa Marikina. And I'm sure Coach Elvis would not be happy. They're trying to negate whichever these guys are going to. Pero foul talaga yun.
First free throw for Rai De La Rosa is good. That's Coach Tantan Banal. 16-22. We're still perfect from the stripe. And there you go. That's the first miss in this ball
Nabati
game.
mo na agad, Migs.
As usual. Not surprised anymore when it's 5 seconds. And that's a jumper with ice in his veins. Is J.R. Chavez. And that will do it for the first quarter.
No, that is a tough shot. No, he was off balance. He was going to the right. But because you gave him enough space for him to operate, J.R. Chavez will be finishing this quarter with a 9-point lead. So very slow start for both teams, but both of them really putting a lot of energy, a lot of speed, a lot of running. And eventually, we'll be ending the first quarter on a high note, 25-16 in favor of Marikina.
What did you see Marikina do in the last couple of minutes that allowed them to get this lead?
Well, they really went to their strength, which is attacking. Nakita naman natin through J.R. Chavez, through some of the other guys, they were able to get a lot of baskets to end that quarter. Well, we see here Marikina was really more aggressive on the offensive end, getting a lot of attacks, getting a lot of easy inside baskets, and getting even a few threes. But Rizal really struggling. Nauna yung gigil sa quarter na yun, so they were not able to get quality shots. That's why they're going to be 5 out of 17 in the first quarter. One thing about itong Marikina is that this is a team that can match with the energy of Rizal. Rizal is known really trying to outrun all the other opponents. But Marikina can now match that energy. Kaya kita naman natin na lumalaban talaga itong Marikina. And so far, they're able to slow down Rizal even with that running game. It's 25-16 in favor of Marikina here in the first quarter. Charcos, second quarter. Oh, that's a tough attack. No one really helping out on the side of Marikina. That was all Alvin Capobres. Jason Strait. Oh, it's going to be a tough shot. Jason Strait, not really known for his outside shooting, but Jason Strait, given that space, can also stretch it out. But that's going to be a double-digit lead para dito sa Marikina. Capobres. Attacking, no. Jason Strait now trying to outrun. Oh, that's going to be a foul on Jonas Tibayan. Marikina really trying to quicken up that pace. See here first, No help side coming from Berjay. Late help side coming from Fornilos. That is going to be all basket. But on the other end, Jason Strait sees the space, takes the basket, makes the basket 28-18 in favor of Marikina.
8 minutes and 20. Jomel Landayan scores inside.
Jomel Landayan, also another undersized guard para dito sa Marikina. But just like J.R. Chavez, they are able to use that size to an advantage. That's going to be another basket para dito sa Marikina.
It's now 30-18. Timaho on the move. Timaho all the way.
Oh, that hang time of Deo Timaho is such a treat to watch. So not a lot of people can really balance that body on a floater. Pero Deo Timaho, one of that few guys.
Let's see if he can do it again. The spin. 1-2. Oh. What a move by Deo.
Narinig ka. Challenge given, challenge accepted. And Deo Timaho with his third floater of the ball game. Let's watch it here again. Kita natin, you know, adjust mid-air with that floater. And on the next play, goes hard again against Alvin Capobres. Well contested, but just better talent. And Deo Timaho with 6 points here in the ball game.
Just like that. The score now is 34-18 in favor of Marikina. Today we are in Caloocan, but last Saturday we were in Santa Cruz, Laguna, all the way down south for Imos defeating Manila. Pampanga outlasting Bacoor by 8 points in the battle between the number 1 seeded teams in the north and south respectively. And then Iloilo beating Laguna by only 2 points on the road.
And those are a few good matchups on their last game. And that last game especially, yung Iloilo Laguna, that was an exciting game.
Right now, it is Rizal versus Marikina. De Mesa scores on the layup.
I think that's the only thing going para dito sa Rizal. It is their attacking game that has been working. But all the others, no post game, no 3-point shooting. So a lot of things to be adjusted para dito sa koponan ni Coach Tantan Banal.
Rizal's only shooting the ball at a 25% clip. Kabila naman, 53% for Marikina. But now the ball is with Troy Malilin on the side step. Floater to no avail. Battle inside. And De Mesa and Arenal have been going at it.
It's been real physical dito sa dalawang ito. And there's been some extra motions. But the refs have been careful.
The foul is on De Mesa. Ayun, siya yung kumapit.
There you go.
Nothing too drastic there, folks. So we go back with Marikina. 34-20. Ryan Arenal going to Jason Strait. And De Mesa is called for another foul.
Not even 10 seconds in. 2 fouls agad para dito kay De Mesa. And they're inching closer to that penalty. So you want to be careful.
One last foul to give for Rizal. Mike Are will check in for Ray De La Rosa. Joining him are Ray De Mesa, Jonas Tibayan, JJ Pido, and Troy Malilin. Kabila naman, it's Ryan. That's actually RJ Arenal. That's his real nickname, RJ. That's from Coach Louie. JR Chavez, Deo Timaho, RR Casajeros, and Marvin Jonicio. Oh, Jonicio recovers with that basketball. Put back for Deo, and he was fouled.
I think that will put them into penalty.
Right.
Coach Tantan Banal has been struggling in finding the perfect 5 in today's ballgame. They started out pretty well. Medyo nanggigigil lang, pero maganda naman yung takbo. But after that, it's been all struggles para dito sa Rizal. No shooting, not much attacking, no inside game. You said, they are only at around 25% in terms of their field goal. So ganun po talaga nagsastruggle itong Rizal Golden Coolers.
Well, that's the thing about Coach Tantan, though. As much as Mika talked about the next man up mentality for Coach Elvis Tolentino and the Marikina Shoemasters, the same applies for Coach Tantan. Kaya nga gumanda yung performances ni JJ Pido and Michael Are in the season is because of that same mentality.
No, that's a really good mentality, but sometimes if the next man up is not also creating, then slowly itong kalaban ay lumalayo. And so far, they are reading JJ Pido. He's been struggling the whole game. Pido with, well, he has 5 points here in the game, but those are 5 points that we really felt. And it's not really, didn't come easy para sa kanya. But he'll be putting, Coach Tantan Manal will be putting a guy that can play defense and maybe put some energy on the team in Abuda.
This is actually very interesting with Pido, Are, and Abuda now all on the floor because those three are best friends. All have come from the third unit of Coach Tantan Banal earlier in the season. Let's see what they can do with De Mesa and Malilin. 35-20. Casajeros onto Jonicio. Fake, dribble, fade. Good block by Troy. Oh, a counter steal by Marvin Jonicio. And he will be rewarded with 2 free throws.
And that's what we were saying early on here in the ball game. This guy does not mind if he misses or he shoots a bad shot. Yung effort niya on the defensive end would always be the same. And we saw there that the whole Rizal thought na wala na yung bola sa kanila, but Jonicio was there to get it back in their possession.
We have a timeout. The score reads 35-20. 5 minutes and 35 remaining before halftime. See the next 3 games of the Marikina Shoemasters. Mentioned to ni Mika, no? Mindoro, Bicol, and Bulacan. And they are all teams with losing records in the MPBL. So things might be looking brighter now for Marikina as we head on to the playoffs. They're looking for their second stint in the postseason after finishing as the number 8 seed last year, facing Nueva Ecija in the opening round.
Gonna be an exciting next few games para dito sa Marikina. And this is also another winnable game as Rizal is struggling here in the ball game. But if you are Marikina, you cannot look at that 3-game picture. You have to take the game 1 game at a time. Dahil pag masyado ka na-excite, then baka madali ka pa ng isa sa mga team na yan. But those are winnable game, and especially with them here with a mini run, they could actually be able to go on a good 6-game win streak if they're able to get all those wins.
Azar Urjan will now check back in for the Marikina Shoemasters. That's after 2 free throw conversions by Marvin Jonicio. 37-20. Ray De Mesa working with Troy Malilin. Malilin will bring down that basketball. Back to De Mesa. Up top, Pido, Are. Back to Ray. Met by Ujan. De Mesa drives and he got fouled.
Looks like the game plan of Coach Tantan is to take advantage of the foot speed nitong kanyang mga bigs compared to the foot speed of the bigs itong Marikina. They're trying to get the bigs to play outside with either Malilin or De Mesa and trying to attack. And so far, they'll be getting a foul here, but they'll be needing a lot more of those if they want to come back in this game.
It really is a small lineup for Coach Tantan because De Mesa is known as a 2 or a 3 here in the MPBL. He is one of the mid-season additions of the Rizal Golden Coolers. Nakitaan daw ng sipag ni Coach Tantan. Is there on the free throw. Casajeros was way ahead, but they were not able to locate him. Jonicio got bumped, and he scored 2 points.
Marvin Jonicio with the same mentality of attacking anyone in his way. And we see here the inside points, the biggest difference here in the ballgame. 22 points para dito sa Marikina. Only 10 para naman sa Rizal Golden Coolers. They have been trying to attack but it hasn't turned into buckets so far.
Pido, it's a basket and one opportunity for JJ.
Points para naman dito kay JJ Pido. That is the corner. They really love getting some attacks. But before that, it was Marvin Janisha really being aggressive, trying to get a basket. So far, both teams are playing the same way. Fast-paced, high energy, high octane. The only difference is that Marikina is getting the baskets and Rizal is not.
So do you think there's a big chance that things will normalize here for both Rizal and Marikina?
Yeah, things has to adjust para sa Rizal if they want to be able to come back and mag-normalize dito. But so far, it's been going all Marikina in this first half.
39-22 now. J.R. Chavez, three-pointer from way out. Too strong. And here comes Franza Buda. Forward to Malilin. Ball tapped away. Good defense by Chavez. It will be a baseline inbound for JJ Pido and the rest of the Rizal Golden Coolers. Pido looking for a teammate. There's a Buda. Almost lost space there. De Mesa met by Janisho. 14 on the shot clock. Handoff. Up top. Michael Are. Spin. Fake. Feed. De Mesa. No foul.
That's going to be a good feed galing dito kay Are. And a good read also by De Mesa. He saw that his defender was not active, so he went for that cut. But Janisho will answer right away with a three.
How about that? What a performance for Marvin Janisha early in this basketball game. 9 points already for him. De Mesa repaying the trust of Coach Tantan Banal.
You know, this guy was a late addition to the team, but sabi nga, binayaran lang ang kanyang sipag, and he is showing that he is worth the minutes here in the ball game, scoring the last few points para dito sa Rizal.
See the previous sequence. RV Berjay reading the defense and kicking that ball out to Marvin Janisho, who now will not hesitate shooting that three. There's the takedown on the other end by De Mesa as he got the layup to go. First free throw is good for Marvin Janisho. He's now up to double figures, playing for Coach Elvis Tolentino. And again, he is a former Rizal Golden Cooler. A lot of people might not have noticed that last year because he wasn't used as much by Coach Tantan Banal.
But here, Coach Elvis really giving him an opportunity to showcase his talent. And he's not just good this game, he's been consistent the whole season, one of their best guys. And I'm sure Coach Louie Gonzalez is proud of his boy.
Score now is 44-26.
Back at the Caloocan Sports Complex, Juanito, you talked about RV Berjay being able to read plays and not the guy to play physical inside. Well, all of these things could be because he was a goalkeeper during his football stint in the UK. Another thing about RV, isa sila ni Troy Malilin sa mga tropa dito sa game na to. Bukod sa teammates sila sa Ateneo, roommates pa sila sa bubble. They played a lot of Warzone games kasi teamwork din daw yan. Meron din daw mga squads dyan na nadadala rin nila dito sa basketball. Migs, Juanito?
There you go, folks. That's Mika Abisamis for you. First of all, RV Berjay was a football player?
Exactly. You know, matagal-tagal ko nang kilala tong taong to, but he's never mentioned that to me. And it's only through Mika na may mga ganyan talaga tayo makukuha ang kwento.
Oh, tough layup by JJ Pido. But, you know, to add to that story by Mika, he played football also in the UK. And so, that makes us curious as to how he has grown in that country. Meron kaya siya mga sports habits, you know, that he was able to develop there that he's able to use here in the Philippines.
And that is something that we have to know in the next few games. And that makes everything more interesting because this guy does have that goalkeeper mentality in the way he moves his legs. Kita mo naman, gano'n na gano'n yung pagprotekta niya sa paint. That play.
And let me say this, as a guy who covers football as well, yes, as a goalkeeper, it's about being fast, but it's also about your instincts. Kailangan mabilis ka at magaling magbasa sa kung anong gagawin ng kalaban mo.
Instincts is definitely a thing para dito kay RV Virgey. You see him noticing a lot of things right away, from either getting those jump shots, that floater, and even those kickouts. A very interesting player in RV Virgey.
Keep that in mind as we continue to evaluate him this afternoon. Right now, it's Franz Abuda at the line, missing on his first free throw. Abuda is actually not yet 100% in terms of his conditioning, because after the bubble season in the NCAA, he told me that he gained close to 40 pounds. Medyo nagpabaya ng onte, syempre pandemic era, no? Napakain ng marami si Franz Abuda. He's only up to 60% conditioning right now.
60 pa lang yan kay Franz. You know, this guy was a guy I went up against in high school, and elite is the term I'm gonna say in terms of his defense. Cannot really leave this guy alone.
Well, that's for sure. As Abuda goes down, tap mo sa kabila. Joe, GDL. Risky move. He's okay. That's 2 free throws for Joe.
On their last game, Joe said to me, Juanitz, antayin mo, finally, because he's known as a dunker.
Yeah.
His whole career, sabi niya, I'll finally get my dunk. And he finally actually did get his dunk. And I saw him earlier, parang Joe, ano, isa pa today? Sabi niya, hindi, panalo muna. Panalo muna.
There you go. There you go. As a friend of Joe, I'm proud of you, Joe. That's the better mentality.
Yes.
Well, he was off to a good start in this game with 6 points in the opening minutes.
So far, that free throw shooting is something he needs to improve on. He has been able to improve that 3-point shot of his. Pero yung free throw shooting, medyo hindi pa rin ganun ka-consistent.
And there you go. 2 out of 4 now for Joe GDL. 44-28. JJ Pido with the basketball. Met by Marvin Jonicio. Pick and roll. Ball swiped away. Good defense by Marikina. Eloy Tan, no look for Jay with the pass back. Jonicio in and out. Kabila tayo. Art Aquino, led by 2 defenders. Pido faking the pass. He shot the 3 and missed it. Abuda. On to Michael Are from the corner. That's good.
Finally, a 3 para dito sa Rizal. That is something they need to be able to stretch out the defense of Marikina. So far, Marikina is closing down on the drives of Rizal, because this is an attacking 5. This is not really an outside shooting 5, but if you can hit a few of those, then Marikina will respect that shot and close out.
44-31. JJ Pido. Tough layup. No basket. And a foul. Too much aggression there from the Rizal players. Foul is on JJ.
Masyado nagmamadali ang Marikina the past few plays. Not really the way you want to play. Joe GDL jumping awkwardly. Now si Tan medyo nagmamadali, but he's getting lucky. He's getting caught. Rizal player will be called for a foul. Maybe extend this lead to 15.
You know, that's actually something that Pido has to be careful at as well. We all know him as an emotional player. As much as his emotion has helped him in his competitive nature, sometimes you get too competitive and you get a bit reckless. You would not want that for yourself.
Yung nasasabi namin na huwag ka magpapadala sa emosyon, because it affects you, it clouds you mentally, it clouds you even physically, because you cannot control what you're doing. And sometimes it doesn't matter how good you are as a player. Kung medyo nadadala ka ng emosyon masyado, you really will struggle with a lot of things.
45-31, under 50 seconds in the second quarter. Here's JJ, led by Joe. Pido, kick out. Michael Are, 3-pointer again. Short. Gomez Deliano to Silas Zabale, who misses. Takbo ulit. Artaquino, Michael Are. Tough pass right there.
Not a good read by Michael Are. They were too close to each other for him to be giving that kind of a pass. And you don't want that if you want to make a basket to end the second quarter.
We have a timeout. 24 seconds remaining. 45-31. See the next 3 games of the Rizal Centro Mall Golden Coolers. They will take on Laguna on August 3, Sarangani without Jeff Viernes on August 7, and Makati on August 22. So pahirap ng pahirap yung kanilang schedule.
Parang level 1, level 2, level 3 yung kanilang games dito. But if you're Coach Tantan Banal, the game against Marikina is the perfect time for you to get that rhythm and also get confidence. You are on a 2-game win streak, and going up against eventually stronger teams in Sarangani, you want to be able to get enough rhythm, get enough confidence, and eventually even get enough wins for you to be able to enter that playoff picture.
Last possession here, ideally in the second quarter. 15 seconds to go. Gonzalez with the feed inside. Ball almost stolen away. Joshua recovers, no backing violation. Eloy Tan will fire. Too strong. Second try, Joe Gomez de Leaño on the follow.
Tough layup coming from Joe from the right to the left. And Joe will be finishing this quarter with a 16-point lead. 8 para kay Joe GDL.
47-31. Did mention the struggle in the opening minutes. After that struggle, it's been all Marikina. 16-point lead at halftime.
Kapag may labay nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin sa droga.
back at the Caloocan Sports Complex for your OK Bet Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. My name is Mika Abesamis and right now I am joined by two very special guests. Sir Carlo Paracad, Team Manager of RIZAL, and of course Dr. Rian J.P. Quinto, Team Manager of Marikina. Sir Carlo, good afternoon po sa inyo. This is a very important game pero ibigay na po natin kila Coach Tan yung X and O's at saka yung system. As their team manager, paano nyo po inaangat yung confidence nila sa mga ganitong sitwasyon?
As a team manager, in behalf of management, lahat ng kailangan nila outside the court, like yung mga dorm nila, yung mga pagkain nila, lahat na ibibigay naman namin. No? So, yun lang. So, full support lang ng management, okay na rin.
Thank you, sir. Meron po ba kayong mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Yun, si Boss Alex Cruz, Sunday Cruz, Joel Conde, and Jaime Lim, CD14 Designs, and Garahe Grounds, especially kay Coach Wei, happy birthday tomorrow, and yun lang.
Thank you very much once again, Sir Carlo Paracad, Team Manager of RIZAL. Hi, Doc. Good afternoon. Doc, kayo naman, ang ganda ng pinapakita. Very clear na ang ganda ng linalaro ng players. How do you keep them grounded and how do you make them work harder at hindi maging masyadong overconfident naman?
As you can see, maraming improvements na nangyari sa team namin. The players have really improved throughout the season. Lagi lang namin sinasabi sa kanila na whether walang mahina, walang madali na kalaban, lahat pare-pareho, huwag sila maging overconfident, sipag lang lagi pag naglalaro.
Napakaganda niyan, Doc. Meron po ba kayong mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Yes, marami akong papasalamatan. Una sa aming Mayor Marcio Chodoro, Congresswoman Maan Chodoro, and happy birthday kay Mayor Marion Andres tomorrow, Coco Life, Sports Garage, Mike Shing, Macbeth Underwear, G5 Pansit and Sizzling, St. Victoria Montessori School, Beef Transport, LNJ Spa, JLP Packaging, East Dental, L7, and Sir Mark Dapiton.
Maraming salamat once again, Dr. Rian J.P. Quinto, Team Manager of Marikina. Ngayon naman, mga kaliga, ang exciting part na ito, ang segment na gustong-gusto nyo, kung saan nyo makikita ang inyong mga comments and suggestions dyan lang sa ating shoutouts. At ito na nga, si Lovely Wendy. Exciting triple header. Good luck. Nako, excited din ako papunta dito at napakaganda talaga ng mga games natin. At ito naman, si Edu Alvarado. Good luck. Marwin Junicio, mukhang fan to ng Marikina. At ito naman si Faith Anthony Cylinder. Habang tumatagal, nagiging mas exciting ang games. Go, 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 MPBL Liga ng Bayan. At yan nga ang mga gusto namin ipakita sa inyo, ang mga exciting ball games dito lang sa MPBL. At syempre, gusto namin ibigay nyo ang inyong mga comments and suggestions dyan lang sa aming MPBL Facebook page. Magbabalik po ang OK Bet Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
Sama-sama. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di matatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na. MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. saya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na.
We're back inside the Caloocan Sports Complex for Marikina versus Rizal. And Marikina led by as many as 19 earlier in this matchup. Joe Gomez de Liano is off to a great start, folks, with 8 points, just trailing Marvin Jonicio as the leading scorer for the Marikina Shoe Masters. Juanito, our numbers.
Well, number one, it's the field goals. The efficiency of Marikina is the biggest difference here. 42%, 17 of 40, only 12 of 38 para dito sa Rizal. The turnover story, 8 for Rizal, 4 only para sa Marikina. But it's how Marikina has been able to turn them into points, 10-2. The bench of Marikina really stepping up in this ball game, plus 16. And we all said that Rizal is a running team that has been their bread and butter the past few games. But only 2 points in today's ball game against Marikina. Nasasabayan ng Marikina ang energy at ang pace nitong Rizal. That is why Marikina is up big here entering the third quarter.
But if you can simplify everything to us, where does it start for Marikina? Why do they have the advantage? Is it their defense? Is it their aggression? May ganun ba factor, or is there something wrong with Rizal?
Well, number one, it's really the trust of Marikina and the comfortability of them with each other. Nakita mo kung gano'n sila komportable, tumatakbo yung epensa nila ng maganda. That's why they're able to run. They're able to have that discipline in getting those baskets. They're able to get around that basketball. On the other end, wala namang disiplina masyado on the offense of Rizal. It's only been their attacks that has been the only weapon of the game. Only 2 3-point shots. Malilim has not been able to score a lot yet. No? So, it's really been a one-sided battle para dito sa Rizal. If their attacks is not even working, that this could be a 20-point lead easily. But I'm sure, I saw Coach Tantan Manal talking with his assistant coaches doon sa likod. So, I'm sure a lot of adjustments will be made here.
Troy Malilin shot the ball only 1 out of 5 of the field in the first half. Their leading scorer, as we saw in the graphic, is JJ Pido with 9 points. But he was the one who attempted the most number of shots in the first half. That might not be the best sign for Rizal because that is your point guard.
And everything else will fall into place. But if your point guard is not really playing to his ability, then lahat ng bagay na yan, iikot dun sa masamang laro na yun.
Timaho with a 3-pointer in and out. Rebound Malilin. He's being joined by Joseph Marquez, Art Aquino, 2 former San Juan Knights with Michael Are and JJ Pido. Aquino and Marquez were actually champions back in Season 2 with San Juan. As Are misfires, rebound Marquez. Aquino against Timaho. Drive to the right, and there's a foul on the floor.
And I'm sure the addition of Marquez here on the lineup will be needed to extend some shooting para dito sa Rizal. It is one place that they really need some stepping up. And Marquez just might be able to provide that.
Baseline inbound, it's Pido. The finish once again. Good feed by Michael Are.
Nakaw para dito kay JJ Pido. Late adjustment galing dito kay Timaho. And Pido will be lucky to get a foul. We see here, there you go, late. Nakita ni Timaho that Pido was already cutting. That's going to be wide open. Chance to cut the 13.
That's 11 points now for JJ Pido, who in the eyes of some Rizal Golden Coolers, they consider him as the heart and soul of their squad. we did mention he is an emotional type of person. He might be able to use it the right way here to lead the way for Rizal.
So far, he is providing that energy to start the third quarter. You saw his emotions after that bucket and a foul. And here he is, trying to provide a lot more energy. And that'll be a stop para sa Rizal.
Artaquino on the move. He goes all the way for that layup. There's the bounce. Could have been a goaltend as well.
Change of press para dito sa Rizal. They're going with a 2-2-1 press. And maybe challenge the ball handlers.
There's a foul at the last second though on the attempt by the former goalkeeper, RV Berjay. Is 2-2-1 the most common full court press?
No, well, iba-iba yan. You can go with the 1-2-1-1. There's actually no really common press. But ako as a coach, I actually use the 2-2-1 a lot more compared to the other presses. Oh, there's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, right, on the foul call. The 2-2-1 seems to be the most common in this season in the MPBL.
Yes, because you're forcing the guys to go side. You are forcing the guys to go side. Lalo na magagaling ng mga players na to. You don't really want them to be able to utilize a big space. The 2-2-1 is the least space. Ang space na dyan sa gitna. At kung medyo late ma-discover ng Gutman yan, hindi mabibigay agad. So you're gonna be forced to either dribble the ball or go for the lengthy pass. That's why medyo delikado yung pass through the middle. Going to RV Berjay, swerte lang itong Marikina dahil nasa low. But if you are Rizal, that is actually the option you want and try to be able to either swipe or hope that Marikina will be giving out bad passes.
And there's si Coach Tantan Banal with his wife Ana playing with the bag from behind, animated as always. Shout out to you, Miss Ana Banal. Let's see what the result will be on the challenge. Pakinggan natin si Miguel Perey.
Upon review, the challenge was successful. There was no foul.
Successful po tayo. Walang foul. So that means it will be...
Oh, I think that's gonna be the last touch on RV.
So parang naging out of bounds lang.
Yes,
Ganun
but
ba yun?
ilan bang foul ni Troy Malilin? So let's check the fouls. Same ball.
Baseline inbound tayo for Marvin Janicio. Up top, it's JR Chavez. Fake in the drive. Lob to Janicio. That was tough for Marvin.
They just tried to not give Troy Malilin his third foul. So naiiwas yung pangatlong foul ni Troy Malilin.
And that was on the challenge. Joe GDL, 5 on the shot clock now for Janicio. They go to Berjay, back to Marvin to beat the buzzer. That's a good look.
And again, that is coming from RV Berjay from the middle. They already had one in the first half. And it's the same exact play galing kay RV going to Junicio.
Would you say that RV Berjay has good vision and passing ability?
Definitely. I've seen this guy play in high school for the Eaglets, and he already had that vision early on. And kikita na natin, he was just not given a lot of opportunity in the seniors division. But here in the MPBL, his vision is really slowly but surely being seen by all the teams.
You know, he might have developed that as well back in his football days. JR Chavez on the leaner. That was short. Rebound Marquez. He has certainly done a lot of good things here in the second half for Rizal.
Rizal going from a 2-2-1 all the way down to a zone defense. So parehas na formation ang susundin nila. From the press going down to the half-court D.
50-38, JJ Pido. Pinapalabas, Troy Malilin against his longtime friend Val Fornilos. Marquez from downtown.
And that is what we were saying to start the third quarter. That is gonna be his role, to stretch out the floor para dito sa Rizal. They badly need shooting and no other guy to come from than Joseph Marquez.
That was only the third three-pointer in this game for the Rizal Golden Coolers. Val Fornilos is fouled.
That's gonna be a lucky foul para dito kay Val Fornilos. Nakulog lang yung bola sa kamay niya. It was tapped out of RV Berjay.
Here's the kick out by Troy Malilin, finding Joseph Marquez, who connects from downtown.
His whole career, this guy has been a known shooter. And this will be a great addition para dito kay Coach Tantan Banal.
Cornelos now up to 3 points. A shout out to his mom, Mommy Flor, sa kanyang kapatid na si Valiza. Well, Val basically speaks very highly about his mother. Parang naging Wonder Woman daw yan sa kanyang buhay.
Shout out to you po, ma'am, and I hope you're enjoying. But maybe she did not enjoy that free throw as much.
I'm sure she enjoyed the previous game of Val Cornelos.
Oh,
And he scored 20 in their previous outing as Malilin scores inside now.
Not the usual scoring game para dito kay Troy Malilin, but that will cut the lead into single digits.
Joe GDL, the feed to Bert J. Back up to JR Chavez. Kick out. Jonicio for 3. That was long. And here comes Rizal, only down by 8 here. They have momentum. Malilin to Marquez, same spot. Off to the right. Rebound, Michael Are.
No box out coming from Chavez.
Leaner, wala, para kay Aquino. See the effort from Art. But the ball was obtained by JR Chavez. Marwin behind the back. For Jay, inside, hounded by Malilin. 11 on the shot clock. Marwin Jonicio. Cross court. Joe GDL straight away 3-pointer.
And that is a skill he added here in the MPBL specifically for this season. This guy in college was being left by all the defenders kasi hindi daw kayang shumot. But here he really proved that hard work works. And Joe GDL is a threat from the outside here in this season.
You know, sometimes it's just a matter of you being coached by the right person.
Yes.
And that might be the case for Joe GDL because Coach Elvis Tolentino is such an empowering coach that you can see his confidence on the court now. Itong si Joe.
You know, every time he's open, he is taking that shot. You know, way back in high school, in college, everybody was saying, the dunk lang yan. But here, he already has that dunk in the season from their last game. And throughout the whole season, he has been shooting from that 3-point line on a good pace.
And he did tell you he's not looking for the dunk anymore. No. He's just looking for the win. No back-to-back there for Joe. Kick out. Gonzalez for 3. That's good for Joshua.
Those are 2 big threes para dito sa Marikina. Slowly Rizal was making the right decisions for them to come back in this ball game. But those threes will be a killer for the momentum nitong Rizal. And earlier, it was only 8. Now it's back to 14.
And it happened in a very fast manner. Oh, Joe GDL is having words with Joseph Marquez. See what happened here. The kick out by Jonicio to Joshua Gonzalez. It's usually the other way around. But Marikina will definitely take this. Gonzalez is back with the Shoemasters after spending a season with the Batangas City Embassy Chill last year. Now JJ Pido returns to the stripe.
Shooting 2, JJ Pido.
57-43. 12 points and 4 assists for JJ. Almost matching his output in their previous game of 12 points, 2 rebounds at 5 times.
And not much rest galing dito kay JJ Pido. He's been playing 21 of the 25 minutes itong ball game na to. This guy is really the heart and soul of Rizal. And we see here with the minutes he is playing and the production he is making, ganun po kabigat si JJ Pido para dito sa Golden Coolers.
You know, I actually was able to talk to him about that before this game. Nagugulat nga raw siya, no, na umaabot na siya ng 30 minutes played. Obviously, dahil lang galing siya sa pagiging third stringer para kay Coach Tantan Banal. Well, there's nothing really much about it. He just has to get used to it from now on.
He's had somewhat of a good season, around 7 points a game, all 3 rebounds and 5 assists. So he is doing a little bit of everything.
The deceiving thing about that is, syempre nahatak yun ng mga numero niya in the earlier games.
Yes.
He just started emerging midway in our 5th season. 57-45, Ray De Mesa up top, defended by Casajeros. And he was fouled. Four fouls now on RR Casajeros.
Sinenyasan agad niya si Coach Elvis. Coach, okay lang ako. Hindi mo kailangan ni sub. He promised to probably stay disciplined for the next few plays.
And he's the one defending Pido, who just lost Casajeros. Unfortunately, the layup was a miss. Landayan on the other end. Jomel serving. He goes to RR. Gonzalez to increase this 12-point lead. Yes, sir.
Those are 2 threes para dito kay Gonzalez, all in the third quarter. And those threes are enough to extend this lead. And they're back to 15.
60-45. Ray De Mesa against Marvin Jonicio. The post up. There's a foul.
So De Mesa has been extra aggressive in this ball game. Doesn't mind kung sinong taong nasa kanya, either from the outside or even from the post. De Mesa will keep on attacking.
This might be his breakout game in our 5th season, as Gonzalez gave that 3-pointer to us from the corner. More known for his passing and his low post skills. Great to see a jump shot from him as De Mesa converts from the stripe. 7 points now for Ray De Mesa, who has been around the league for years already. He started in the season with Negros. At some point, naglaro na rin yan sa Bulacan, sa Manila, for transferring to Rizal. Ball out of bounds. Ball will remain with the Golden Coolers. 60-46, baseline inbound. Brian Mecca, bounce pass. Jonas Tibayan, met by RJ Arenal. Tibayan, lefty hook shot. Short. Mecca, feed. De Mesa, tough layup. Wala.
Not much space to operate para dito sa Rizal. Those are 3 guys inside. And that will make the job of the defense easier kasi magkakatabi sila.
Balik tayo sa Marikina. RJ Arenal. They go to Gonzalez for his third 3-pointer to no avail. Forward pass. Brian Mecca slowing things down. No numbers for Rizal. Only a 3-on-5. Horns play. Pido, man down for Marikina. Kick ball.
I'm surprised they're not attacking Casajeros with 4 fouls. You know, this guy will be careful with his defense dahil 4 na yung kanyang personal foul. So Rizal actually has to look at that option and be extra aggressive against the defense of Casajeros.
60-46, Casajeros just lost space. Good effort though from RR. 10 on the shot clock, sideline inbound for the Golden Coolers. Alvin Capobres going to Edgar Charcos, met by Jomel Landayan. Charcos, feed inside. De Mesa staying aggressive. Reverse, no basket.
Oh, good stability galing dito kay Marvin Jonicio. He just knew na babangga at babanggo itong si De Mesa. And on the other end, just running that trail lane, defense to offense, everything going para dito kay Marvin Jonicio.
16 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 dimes now for Marvin. Capobres, back up to Mecca. Down by 16. Brian Mecca in trouble. Turnover. Breakaway here for Jomel Landayan.
You know, the active hands of RR Casajeros has been underrated and underappreciated. He's had 3 taps in the past few possessions, and 2 of those have actually been converted to buckets. We see here that trail job by Marvin Jonicio, just outrunning after making a stop against De Mesa. And on the other end, the active hands of RR Casajeros, even with 4 fouls, will turn into a turnover and eventually an easy 2 para dito sa Marikina.
So that's offense and defense for RR, allowing them to have an 18-point lead. see some highlights of Marvin Jonicio. 16 points, 2 3-pointers, 4 made free throws. What has impressed you the most in terms of the game of Marvin Jonicio?
It's always the effort that this guy brings. You know, this guy will not always be 100% in terms of his offensive game. In his last game, he was only 2 of 14, 0 out of 8 sa kanyang 3-point attempts. But this guy will always be on the rebounding end. This guy would always be playing good defense, tough defense against the guards, against the bigs. And, you know, whatever you need from him, he will be giving it from you, either from the defensive end or the offensive end, from the inside, from the outside. His effort will always be there. That is Marvin Jonicio.
64-46, Jonicio inbounds. Here's Jomel Andayan, met by Edgar Charcos. Jomel calling out the play. Risky pass there to Jonicio. Back to Jomel. Good fake. Pull up. Too strong. Rebound RJ Arenal. 10 on the shot clock. Marikina by 18. Feed inside. Jonicio misses the layup.
Good intention, bad execution. That is a good cut galing kay Marvin Jonicio. Mali lang ang kanyang pektus. And talking about maling pektus, mali rin ang pektus ng Rizal doon. Back to back. Sorry misses from both teams.
And then, Jomel Andayan scores on the other end. This is now the biggest lead in this matchup for Marikina. 66-46.
Rizal started this quarter terrific, but just could not be consistent.
That's the wrong pass, Marwin. Especially to your JRU teammate, RJ Arenal.
Yung sinasabi nila, hindi makayoko.
Oh. And Jonicio immediately apologized to RJ. He continues to apologize to him.
Natawa na lang si Arenal sa pasang yun.
Ironic kasi sila dapat yung magkakilala eh.
Nagkakatawanan silang dalawa. It's actually good intention. Just too low. Could have been an easy two. Hindi lang siguro masyadong maiyoko ni Arenal yung kanyang katawan for that pass. It's gonna be 2 free throws para sa Rizal.
First one converted by Alvin Capobres. 3 points now for Alvin. 66-47, under a minute to go in the third frame. Marikina has completely dominated this matchup. Ever since the score was 9-8 midway through the first quarter, it's been all Marikina.
Looks like the small ball would not be working against Marikina this time around. Coach Tantan Manal is still gonna try out that small ball and hope that he gets a few plays going, but so far still no addition sa kanilang fast break points. They ended the first half with 2, and 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. They are still at 2 points in terms of fast break points.
And 12 fast break points on the other end for Marikina. Landayan. Marvin Jonicio, good fake. 2 dribbles, 1-hander, no basket.
Just a little too strong para dito kay Marvin Jonicio, but that is the type of attacks you want coming from him for you to be able to get the attention of the defense.
There's a foul committed by Joshua Gonzalez at the backcourt, so that means free throws for Christian Uri.
A useless foul galing dito kay Gonzalez. This is going to be 2 opportunities para dito kay Uri. Oh, it's going to be 1 more. But for you to end the quarter, you just want to end it cleanly and not give a rhythm sa kalaban, especially when you are up this big.
Second one is good for Christian. The second to the last player deployed by Coach Tantan Banal. So si Roddy Fuentes na lang ang hindi pa nakakalaro para sa Rizal. 66-48. 4-second differential. Jomel Andayan with a foot speed. Oh, that was a... You think that was a sportsmanlike foul?
I think they could check that out dahil talagang sa leeg ang palo, but it's nothing intentional. That was just an explosive move. Galing dito kay Landayan. He saw an open lane. Once he got through Edgar Charcos, his eyes was all on the ring.
Oh,
that will hurt, and that will hurt.
Are they going to review this?
I think they are going to review this. This is on the neck, and that is a dangerous foul. You have to give credit to Landayan. That was pure aggressiveness galing kay Jomel. He saw the ring. Wala nang atrasan. Kaya ko to. And he's the shortest guy on the floor. But he just explodes up, goes for the finish, gets the basket, and luckily even a foul.
The referees, yeah, they're going to elevate this.
Yes, it's nothing intentional, galing kay Jonas, but it's still the safety of the players that we always have to prioritize.
Upon review, the foul has been upgraded to unsportsmanlike foul.
Well, folks, it was a hard hit on the head. That shouldn't have been hard for us to evaluate. So Jomel Landayan will proceed to the stripe. He looks to be okay, which is the most important thing. Kasi nga ni Juanito, hindi rin naman sinasadya yun ni Jonas Tibayan.
Alam mo bakit siya okay?
Bakit?
Na-shoot eh. Ay, mga Pinoy, kapag na-shoot yan, biglang, oo. Pero pag mintis yun, maghahanap ng flagrant yun. But this is gonna be a big break para dito sa Marikina because they can extend it with a free throw and then ball possession will be theirs. So they can wait for, magso 14 pala. So babalik at babalik pa rin ang bola dito sa Rizal, but this is still an opportunity for them to extend that lead. And they'll be going tall ball to end this quarter.
Sideline inbound for Jason Strait. Ito ngayon si Jomel Landayan. 10 on the shot clock. They're up by 21. Almost a steal. Landayan recovers. Feet inside. Azaro Jan. No foul. He recovers, and now he's fouled.
And that is the advantage of Rizal in this ball game. They are much taller because Coach Tantan is utilizing that small ball the whole ball game. So kina-counter siya ni Coach Elvis na small ball ka, sige ako, babalik na rin ko, tatangkaran ko naman yung lineup ko para kontrolado namin yung taas. So even if Ujan is missing, the ball still returns to his hands. And you see here, how tall is this? Jason Strait, Azaro Jan, and Mark Atabay all in their front court.
That's the thing. They're all mobile
Yes.
players for Coach Elvis Tolentino.
And not just that, pwede pa silang mag-interchange ng positions. It's not just, they can actually make some switches because these guys can move. Oh, that's going to be 2 misses.
4 seconds here. Jonas Tibayan will have to fire. Pass to Demesa to beat the buzzer. That was short, and so that will do it for our third frame. Marikina still looking good. They started the quarter up by 16. Now they're up by 21.
They were able to cut the lead to 8 here in the third quarter. But Marikina just got a few good threes and a few baskets. And one guy really leading the pack today is this guy, Joe Gomez de Leano. Both from the inside and the outside, he is proving that he is worth the minutes para dito ang Coach Elvis Tolentino.
Score after 3 is 69-48. Folks, for a premium experience and an exceptional stay, we present to you Boracay de la Ia, the official hotel and resort of the MPBL. Big shout out to Sir Robert Kai, June Bonsubre, and the rest of the people here inside the Caloocan Sports Complex. I'm sure they're looking forward to watching the rest of the games today. It is Marikina versus Rizal right now, followed by Zamboanga versus Muntinlupa, and then in our main event, it's Caloocan versus Nueva Ecija.
Really exciting games today kasi lahat ng teams match sa isa't isa. But we see here the quarter scoring. Rizal started this quarter terrific, cutting the lead to 8. But Marikina just answered with a barrage of threes and eventually getting their fast break going. And
that's the third quarter.
Yes, and they'll be extending that lead to 21 and they'll be leading 22-17 in the third quarter.
Mark Atabay, mid-range, short. Ball tapped here. There's a foul from behind. Foul was on Mark. Coach Elvis Tolentino continuing to bark instructions at the sideline. The other end, Coach Tantan is looking for answers.
One guy we have yet to see in the ball game is Edgar Charcos. Only 7 points. Only 0 points para dito kay Edgar Charcos. And also Jonas Tibayan.
That was a big shot from Jonas Tibayan. Let's see if that can build some momentum for Rizal. 69-51. Timaho. Landayan for 3. Yes!
Past few possessions of Jomel Landayan from the fast break to the foul counted. Now he shows na kaya din yung tumirada galing sa labas. And Jomel Landayan is really playing a terrific game. 9 points para dito kay Landayan.
He had 9 before that shot, so now he has 12.
Sorry, 12 para dito kay Landayan.
That should be his MPBL career high. As Tibayan misses on the layup. Rebound straight. Jason looks ahead. Feed. One more pass. Landayan to Timaho.
Landayan just doing everything para dito sa Marikina. From running to now giving out the plays. But I think he will be tired and will be asking for that substitution. Well-deserved minutes para dito kay Jomel Landayan. Scoring from the outside, scoring from the inside, and also being able to give out that basketball. Well-deserved rest for Jomel Landayan.
Jared Chavez is now back, joining Mark Atabay, Jason Strait, Azar Ujan, and Deo Timaho. Kabila naman, the ball is with Alvin Capobres, who turned that ball over. Timaho in trouble. Good help by Abuda. Well, France is known for his defense.
Good stop coming dito para sa Rizal. But their defense has not been that bad in this game. It's actually their offensive sets that has not been working in their favor today. They have not been able to execute. They have not been able to run. So the comfort level para sa Rizal, nangangapa sila kung saan nila kukunin yung kanilang mga score. And we see here, they're only at 51 points with 7 minutes remaining in the game.
That's a foul at the backcourt. Now, if we may follow up on your point about the execution of Rizal, what is it that they're not doing well offensively, specifically?
Well, the only thing they're doing well is attacking that basketball. But other than that, they have not been able to see other options. Wala silang outside threat. Wala silang post threat. You know, they are bringing that basketball around, but there are no options on the scoring end. So, ang nangyayari, aatake sila, pero it's still gonna end on a one-on-one. And they're lucky if they get a few baskets from that one-on-one. But eventually, they're not able to see the kickouts. They're not able to see the drop passes. And that has been a real struggle in the whole game.
Does that make things easier for Marikina defensively?
Oh, yes. You're only focusing usually on the guy attacking. So, if you can make a stop on the guy attacking, then you already done your job.
Mark Atabay had some words with a Golden Cooler.
Want to take this time to greet Ramon Villadolid, isa sa mga supporters ng Marikina and watching. And I'm sure medyo masaya ka dyan. At lamang ng 21 ang Marikina in this game.
See what happened here. There's the layup by Ujan.
On the push-off.
Si Pito.
May tulak sa likod.
That's why Atabay wasn't too happy about it.
And you were saying it's actually the frustrations of Pito that's slowly being seen here. Nag-iiba na yung body language. Makikita mo na medyo frustrated na siya. Because this is a winnable game for them. This is a game actually that we expected to be close, to be very exciting. But so far with 21 points and him doing a lot of the work, lalabas at lalabas talaga yung frustrations para dito kay JJ Pito.
Now the good thing though from Rizal is that they knew what was going through the mind of JJ Pito, yung kanyang mga teammates doon. They clearly went to him, tended to him quickly. Good sign in terms of the chemistry of the Golden Coolers. Azar Ujan from the stripe, missing on the second. Rebound Jason Strait.
That's going to be the advantage of the tall ball para dito sa Marikina. Jason Strait playing that 3 position right now. And if you have Joe at the 2, who is also 6'2", that is a very tall lineup para dito sa Marikina.
Well, that guy's not 6'2", but he's playing like he's 6'2". J.R. Chavez now with 8 points. 77-53, steal by J.R. Forward pass, Joe, 1-2, layup.
And Joe Gomez de Leaño, calm and composed with that layup. Started with a defensive stop by J.R. Chavez all the way from the post. Let's go a few plays back first. Let's go to that J.R. Chavez 3, wide open on that left wing. And J.R. Chavez just doing everything from the offense to the defense. At bumawi naman. Salamat, Joe! Ito naman ang para sa'yo, Joe. Getting that assist from J.R. Chavez. And don't look now, this lead is 26 with 6:46 remaining.
See the numbers for JJ Pido against Negros. 28 minutes of play. Again, he has to get used to that number. This point of the season with 12 points and 5 assists in the previous game. It hasn't been an easy afternoon for him, scoring 14, having 4 times, 5 out of 11 from the field, but they are down by 26 points as of this moment. Now, Mika Abesamis has a report about JJ Pido.
To that point, Migs, tinanong ko si JJ Pido, sa lahat ng pressure, paano siya nananatiling masiyahin? He said, extremes daw siya. Pag sinimulan niya malungkot, 100% na daw yan. So pag naging masaya siya, 100% din daw. So he chooses the latter. He plans to keep this cool despite the struggle in this game dahil isa daw ito sa natutunan niya sa chess, patience. Migs, Juanito.
Wow, so kung who's the football player?
Si RV Berjay.
Si RV Berjay, chess player naman pala. Itong si JJ Pido, can you imagine him very emotional while playing chess?
Oo nga, pag nakain yung kanyang queen,
Now, the test is on for JJ Pido to keep his composure as they continue to pray for a miracle in the last 6 minutes. They're down by 26 points. Jason Strait, the pull-up, short. Michael Are, forward pass. Pido, layup. There you go. 2 points for JJ.
Good strong attack coming from JJ Pido. Even though Jason Strait was way longer, it was the decision-making and aggressiveness of JJ Pido that will get that bucket.
Joe GDL. That time, the shot was long. And there's a foul on the loose ball. 4 fouls na para kay Adzar Udjan. At ngayon palang papasok si Marvin Jonicio para makabalik para sa Marikina. Now, the goalkeeper, RV Berjay, checks in for Adzar Udjan. Joseph Marquez, needing a teammate. He goes to the former chess player. JJ Pido all the way, basket and one.
Same attempt. Same area, same finish, same result. At ang swerte pa dito, he will be getting a foul in this play. That will be 4 straight points galing dito kay JJ Pido.
Pido is now up to 18 big ones. Ganda nung report ni Mika, no? Choose happiness kung ikaw si JJ Pido. Meron talaga mga ganyang tao, no, Juanito. Sisimulang malungkot, tuloy-tuloy na. Simulang naiinis, tuloy-tuloy na.
It comes out in basketball as well. You see JJ Pido, if he's very positive, nadadala niya sa teammates niya, he's pushing everybody out, he's really trying to bring out the energy, pero makita mo rin at times like this, where they're down big, nadadala, natutulak niya yung kalaban, di ba? Nagkakaroon siya ng a little bit of frustrations, you know? But, you know, this guy is a good talent.
Marvin Jonicio on the follow after the miss by RV Berjay. That's 18 points now for Jonicio as we got to see a foul It's an offensive foul on Art Aquino. 4 fouls now on Mr. Aquino. There's Joe GDL, who's playing very well. He has 13 in this game. Joe against that zone. Chavez. Drive, lob. Janicio to Verjay. Try to go reverse. Oh! Sayang yun para kay JR Chavez.
Kita mo naman, nag-react lahat ng fans dito at hindi po tayo nasa home court ng Marikina.
Oo.
Nasa home court po tayo ng Caloocan, but everybody was just excited.
Wow, JJ Pido is now giving us a scoring clinic. He's up to 20 points.
All of the last baskets of Rizal is coming from JJ Pido, trying to put his whole team on his back. Just not much time para dito kay JJ Pido.
He's shooting the ball 8 out of 14. So that's efficient numbers para kay JJ Pido. 4 assists as well for him. But then again, he's the one who has attempted the most number of shots for Rizal. Ikaw ba, Juanito, I ask you this, as a point guard yourself, are you a big fan of point guards doing the bulk of the scoring?
Well, if it is needed, then it is okay. But you have to be able to communicate that with your team. If you are the scorer, then your team has to know that you are the scorer. So it's not really be just about scoring in my position. We just have to know our roles. If either I'm the scorer or my role today is talagang mag-ikot ng bola, then as long as your teammates and you are on the same pace, on the same page, then that is what you need.
Uh-oh. Marquez and Janicio going at it here. Joseph has to be careful. He always gets involved in these types of cases. Double foul tayo. See what happened there? Palitan. Mga braso.
May isang undercut, may isang undercut, isa naman sa ulo.
JJ Pido on the drive and layup, no basket. For Jay, onto Joe Gomez de Leano. 3-pointer, yes sir! This is his game.
Now he already beats his career high of 14 points. Now he already has 19 in this game, 2 straight threes. Galing dito kay Joe.
87-60, lob to Malilin. Folks, it's already a 27-point ball game. For Jay, all the way to free throws.
Jay Boygob trying out the goalkeeper way of protecting that ring.
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to imagine it. The goalkeeper way to protecting that ring.
Oo, kunyari lang naging bola si RV. Protektahan lang. Already 27-point lead.
Yeah, right. 87-60 with 3 minutes and 30 remaining. We'll be back. Commissioner Kenneth Duremdes, Head of Security Rudy Distrito at the sidelines. Nasa gitna nila si Ginoong Ivan Tracy. And there you see Will Macaloni doing some daddy duties before his game later on versus Gabby Espinas and the rest of Caloocan Batangkan Kalu. What a game this has been for Joe Gomez de Leano. He is already up to 19 points with 3 boards. Marvin Janicio as well is playing splendidly with 18 points, 4 boards, and 3 dimes.
So you just gotta give it the whole of Marikina. Lahat ng pinasok itong ni Coach Elvis Tolentino just really stepped up. Whatever they needed to do, they will be doing it terrifically. And that is the game that Marikina is playing in here today.
Free throw converted by RV Berjay. He's up to 7 points now. 88-60. And Silas Zabale will now be checking in for the Marikina Shoe Masters on the next dead ball. Pido escaping the defense. Again, it's him and himself alone doing the scoring for Rizal. 23 points for JJ.
In the fourth quarter, JJ Pido has been doing everything para dito sa Rizal, doing most of the scoring for them.
Malilin, Michael Are, short, rebound Marquez. There's the putback.
So we have delay of game para dito sa Marquez.
Oh, he knew about it. That was his plan all along. Zabale now checks in for J.R. Chavez. Chavez, I'm sure, is very happy about his performance and the rest of the rest of his teammates as well,
yes.
no? Because Chavez actually tried out for Rizal this season. He was not accepted by the Golden Coolers.
And with the way he is playing in this season, that is surprising.
Sorry, let me correct myself. Last season siya nag-try out para sa Rizal. But still, it's the same story, same effect for J.R. Chavez.
And this guy is a talent. You know, this guy is someone, despite his height, gets a lot of rebounds, gets a lot of assists, can stretch out the floor, at kung masyado ka nang nag-close out, can also drive that basketball. So, everything you need, J.R. Chavez can give that to you.
To your point, he exits with 8.7 rebounds and 4 dimes. Joe gets the board off of the miss. They go to Joshua Gonzalez. Joe GDL. Back to Josh. Shot clock reading 11. Marikina by 24. Gonzalez. RJ. Arenal. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Great effort by Are. What a play by Michael.
Smart move coming from Are. Ang kailangan lang naman ay ma-establish mo yung position mo. So if you give it that far, you will be able to re-establish your position. And that is exactly what Are did. Smart move coming from Are.
88-66. Gonzalez. They go to the corner. Joe Gomez de Leano. Nope. Ball tapped.
He really wanted it. He was in the corner asking for it from Gonzalez to Zabale, but he just couldn't make it.
Well, this is his game, as we mentioned.
Oh, that's a foul.
Poor closeout, though, from Joe. Pangiti na lang itong si Coach Elvis Tolentino.
Let's just talk about Joe for a while. This guy struggled in his college career. UP was very deep in his position. So he was stuck in that Team B pool for a long time. But he continued to work. And it was a big blow when he suffered a torn ACL.
Yeah, right.
So, it's so nice to see na itong si Joe nakapagtrabaho, nakabalik, at hindi lang nakabalik. It's one thing to get back, but it's also another thing to be able to produce and be able to really show out and play. And I'm just proud of Joe. I'm one of the kuyas sa UPIS ni Joe. It's so nice to see him here producing at a high clip. 19 points in today's ball game.
This is his MPBL career high. And that ACL injury happened while he was playing 3x3 ba?
Yes, I think so.
Kasi tapos na siya sa UP by then. If I remember it correctly.
I don't know if he was playing in
pero parang pandemic era na yun.
Yes, pandemic.
JJ Pido, again, is the leading scorer in this game for Rizal. Let's see his numbers now.
2 straight fouls para dito kay Joe.
So Pido will return to the line. He has 25 points so far with 2 rebounds and 4 assists.
And he continues to play even though they're down 20. And that is the mindset you want to have. Either you're up or you're down. You want to be able to continue to play the same way. And that is exactly what Pido is showing. Na ganun pa rin ang mentality natin, ano man yung lamang ng kalaban.
As an emotional guy myself, I tell you this. The rule na you play until the last buzzer, sobrang dinadamdam namin yan.
Yes.
Yung rule na yan. And I'm sure JJ Pido has the same mindset right
Oh,
now.
yes.
Unfortunately, he missed 2 free throws.
Yeah, I also had the same mindset. Ask Javi. You know what they call me in high school? Na inamin na lang sa akin ni Javi na magkaibigan kami nung college. He used to call me Aso. Because I would go for the ball and dive, and FEU is up by 25 points in the UAAP. At kaya pala may tumatahol na player kasi may player yung UP na may press pa rin mag-isa.
I mean, why not?
Because we want to play up to that last second. At buti na lang nga naging magkaibigan kami ni Javi Palanya.
Kaya nga, kung di mo, offend ka dun. Tinawag ka ba namang aso? 88-68, folks. A minute and 3 seconds remaining for Rizal versus Marikina. This will be the 4th straight victory for the Shoe Masters, and this will snap the 2-game winning streak of Rizal. Zabale for the layup.
And that will again come from Joe GDL, showing everybody that he also has that pass. Again, what a game for Joe GDL.
So almost all of the players of Coach Elvis Tolentino have scored already. Sina RJ Arenal at Azar Udjan na lang. Pero lahat sila nakalaro na. 90-68.
This a big win para sa Marikina because their next 3 games are all winnable ball games. They're going to go up against Mindoro. They're going to go up against Bicol and then Laguna, if I'm not mistaken. And
Bulacan.
Bulacan. And these are all struggling teams. So Marikina can actually troop up that playoff picture. They're number 8 right now. But after that few games, they could actually shoot up all the way to number 7 or number 6.
Troy Malilin on the layup. Quiet afternoon as well for him. Only 8 points on 3 out of 7 shooting for Troy Malilin. A 20-point win for Coach Elvis Tolentino and company. Big shout out to JJ Pido, who scored 27 points with 3 rebounds and 4 assists for the Golden Coolers. On the other end, big shout out as well to Marwin Jonicio, who had 18 points, 6 out of 14 shooting from the field, 2 3-pointers. He was perfect from the stripe, 4 out of 4, with 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals as well for Mr. Jonicio. But our best player of the game is Joe Gomez de Leaño.
Well, Joe Gomez de Leaño really showing out in this ball game. Probably the best ball game para dito kay Joe Gomez de Leaño, scoring both from the inside and the outside. But not really on the stat sheet is the energy this guy gives. Everything Marikina needed from Joe, he gave, and well-deserving. And what a ball game para dito kay Joe GDL.
20-point win for the Marikina Shoe Masters. This is their 4th straight victory. And it's going to be interesting as to how long the streak can extend for them. JJ Pido seems to be talking to somebody from the Marikina side. He's very unhappy about something. But great job by the bouncers and the rest of the staff to control him. Nothing drastic happened, folks. Do not worry. And so, Mr. Joe Gomez de Leaño, the eldest of the GDL brothers, is now getting ready to be interviewed, most likely for the first time in MPBL history, as
I'm sure the whole
the
family
best player. Yeah,
The whole family is watching. Tito Bert, Tita Ana, Javi, Jaime, Juan,
Jordy.
Mara, Jordy, and
Yun na
everybody
yun.
else.
Yun siguro naman, yun na yun.
yun
No? Alright, let's turn you over to Mika Besamis.
Joe, a lot of you did well in this game, which is one of the best things about the system of Coach Elvis Tolentino. But you just did a little better than the others today, especially with your threes. You had 0 out of 4 last game, and today you had 3 out of 7. What's on your mind today?
Well, like in our team, anybody can get best player of the game. The confidence that the coaches gives us is just really different, and I think that really impacts in everybody's game, not just me, also my teammates. Also, it's such a team sport. I'd like to thank all my teammates, shout out to all of them for setting me up and helping me get my shots up, and together we play defense as one.
You talked about being best player. I know that it's your first time this season, and I know that your family's here. What do you want to tell them?
Hopefully I could get best player again, and what's more important is the win today, so I'm just grateful for that. Yeah.
Thank you very much and congratulations. Migs, Benito?
Ito namang si Joe, baka-best player lang. Gusto na agad ng isa pang Best Player of the Game Award. Congratulations, job well done for Joe Gomez de Liano and the rest of the Marikina Shoe Masters. A 20-point win against Coach Tantan Banal and the Rizal Golden Coolers. Thank you for joining us, folks. For Mika Abisamis and Juanito Gregorio, my name is Migs Gomez at ito po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.